Hi everyone. We're going to do a little QTP here on Margaritaville. A little quick tutorial and a playthrough. Reason I'm doing this, number one, it's a fun song to play. Spring is coming, so I thought we'd go on and toss this in here. But the other reason is that I finally put together the tablature for the intro, which is also the end. That little riff that gets played. So I've posted that, and you should have the music if you want. I've sent it out in an email. It's also for ukulele and baritone. This can be played on both instruments. So whether you're playing ukulele or playing baritone, if you want to play that intro, you can. It doesn't matter whether we have one person playing it, 5 people playing it, or whatever. It doesn't matter. If you want to play that intro or take a look at it, go on and catch the tutorial on that. So for the playthrough here on Margaritaville, a couple things to look at. Not a complicated song. It's a basic what they call 1-4-5. If you look in the key of C, which this is in, C is the 1. If you count up C, D, E, F, there's your 4. C, D, E, F, G is the 5 chord, which is the G. So it's a basic, simple 1-4-5 song progression. Now, one of the things that they do that's very subtle, but it's important in this song, is that they actually denote the difference between the G and when they want you to play the G7. And in this song, it's actually important to play it. The good news is they never ask you to play the G and then run to the G7. That's a kind of a funny change. Remember, that's one of those changes where you have to kind of pick everything up and move everything around. They never ask you to do that. And the way the song is set up, you always go from the 1, which is the C. Anytime they're going to go to the G there, it's always a G. So anytime you're on a C, if you play a G, it's going to be the G. If you're on the F and they want you to go there from the 4 to the 5, you're going to swing around to the G7. So the positions are not complicated to get to. It's just a matter of notating that they really do want you to play a G or a G7 in this song. So you want to kind of watch that. Okay, the other thing in the chorus, the second line, we have a little pause. And what happens there is we're going to come from the C, and again, they're going to go to the G, not the G7, to the G, then to the F, and then it comes back in to the G7. So they follow that even in this little pause here. When you're on the C, you go to the G, they take you to the F, and then they run you to the G7. Now, the way that pause works, it's single strums. It's once on the C, once on the G, and then once on the F, which is a full measure. So you really just kind of sit there and wait. And you'll notice sometimes when we play together, I'll do that little tap. So let's take a look at that second line in the chorus so you can get the feel of what's going on there. Some people claim that there's a woman to blame, but I know. So all I'm doing is just kind of putting that little tap in there so that you kind of keep the rhythm, and it sets up after the tapping, but I know, and then on to the F and to the C, and we're out, okay? So that's how that goes. Now, the only other thing to note is at the end, we kind of tag that section where we're pausing. And I did change a couple of words in here to keep it family friendly. So we took some of the original words out of it. But on that very last line, let's take at the very last line at the bottom of the page there for that chorus. There's a very quick jump where we come from the F and we go right back up to that intro. And you're actually going to be singing fault. Yeah, it could be my fault. When you sing fault, that is the 1 beat on the intro, the C right there. So let's play that last line. 1, 2, 3. Some people claim that there's a woman to blame, but I know, yeah, it could be my fault. Cha-cha. Okay, so that's how that ending goes. Now, if you're going to play that riff, You also have to be conscious of that when we get to that F. Yeah, it could be my. I would already be set up at that point. Some people claim that there's a woman to blame. Well, I know. Maybe hit this F once. Yeah, it could be my fault. So maybe hit your F once and then set up to play that intro, because that's one measure. F, 2, 3, 4, ba, 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 and that jumps right into that intro, okay? So let's give it a shot. Here we go. From the top, Margaritaville. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we go. Nibbling on sponge cake, watching the sun bake. All those tourists are covered with oil, strumming my 4-string on my front porch swing. Smell those shrimp, they're beginning to boil. Bum, bum, bum. Wasting away again in Margaritaville. Bum, bum, bum. Searching for my lost shaker of salt. Some people claim that there's a woman to blame, but I know it's nobody's fault. Verse 2. Don't know the reason, stayed here all season. Nothing to show but this brand new tattoo. But it's a real beauty, a Mexican cutie. How it got here, I haven't a clue. Now we go to the chorus up above right there. Wasting away again in Margaritaville. Bum, bum, bum. Searching for my lost shaker of salt. Some people claim that there's a woman to blame, but I know it's nobody's fault. Now we're down to verse 3. Here we go. I blew out my flip-flop, stepped on a pop-top, cut my heel, had to cruise on back home. There's booze in the blender, and soon it will render that frozen concoction that helps me hang on. Now we drop down to the bottom for the chorus. Wasting away again in Margaritaville. Bum, bum, bum. Searching for my lost shaker of salt. Some people claim that there's a woman to blame, but I know it's nobody's fault. Now we tag that. Bum, bum, bum. Some people claim that there's a woman to blame. Well, I know, yeah, it could be my fault. There you go. Hope you have fun with that.